Hello? We live? Are we in fact live? Let's check. Are we live? Are we good? Yes, we appear to be live. Very good. Let's just Gonna check the audio and get the chat up for anyone that decides to join. There we go. Is that working? Me from the past, say something. Yeah, that's working. Okay, and I'll just get that.
The blessing of rule and protection of life and change that thinks.
The decision is final.
That blessing was to be given to...
Okay, now is that coming through? Yeah, that's working. Okay, and I'll just get that.
The blessing of rule and protection of...
No, I need to put that down actually. I need to put that down a bit. That's a bit loud. That was
to others.
Humans will replace you. Humanity will be tested next.
Smells like fear.
You could not accept our...
just get that.
The blessing of rule and protection of...
No, I need to put that down actually. I need to put that down a bit. That's a bit loud. That was... Oh hey.
To others.
Humans will replace you.
All right, that seems appropriate to me. Hello, remember me? Yes, very memorable you are. All right. Now I said I was gonna do some interim, tidying things up, editing in between, but life happened in the last day or so, and last day and a bit, and I didn't really have time. So we might as well get right into it. I'm gonna remind myself of what we've done so far. Kind of got this little sequence together. Then I'm gonna take stock of a bunch of stuff over here, and then consider how to bring it together into more of a more cohesive soundscape. You know, got general ideas ready to go. Yeah, yeah. Oh. Earlier today, I recorded one of the commentaries, and I went a full hour talking about the Emil video, even though it's only 3 minutes long. That was a true yapping achievement, I must say. Proportionally, it's kind of strange that I had so much to say when other videos that are longer are shorter than what it got. But hey, who?
It's very old. The monster.
The precursors? Who were they?
We called ourselves the Veiled Ones.
Ancient masters.
Then we became the Lost Ones.
An ancient transsentient species long since gone from the galaxy.
Precursors were powerful.
Ancient for humans, but also for forerunners.
Older than the light.
Ancient beyond our measure.
Older than this rock.
I'm gonna speed this up.
Those who gave you breath, and shape, and form. Some say that long ago, they shaped forerunners in their image. Those who created...
Long live Emil. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. I don't think he's coming back. I think he's quite definitively dead. But yes, in spirit, long live Emil. They should make just a smidgen more of Noble Team prequel content. Emil is canonically I think he's a relatively recent addition to the team for Noble Team, as indicated by the fact that he's not in that Halo Waypoint Chronicle that's about Noble Team. Was that the first proper Halo Waypoint Chronicle they did? I think it might have been. Fuck, I was still in college when that came out. Jesus, I remember in my drama school college sitting in the dressing room listening to it, waiting for other people to come off stage because the show was over, and I just listening to it.
Who formulated the very concept of the mantle. The originals. I can see their rules written
Long
onto their
live the
codes.
meal, indeed, indeed.
We are creatures of precursor law down to the very chains of molecules within us.
Inside and out.
They made thousands of other species and erased them when they felt the need. We announced to your kind long ago that you were not the chosen ones to receive the mantle, the blessing of rule and protection of life and change that thinks. The decision is final. That blessing was to be given to others. Humans will replace you.
Humanity will be tested next.
So as I fear.
You could not accept our judgment, could not bear up under your inferiority.
We took away the mantle of responsibility,
So you reached out to take what we never expected from those we gave design and life.
and like petulant children,
Seize our secrets.
A crime against our creators.
you rose up and murdered your parents.
Those who created you, the precursors did not defend themselves, were defied and hunted. They marveled at the power of destruction. Most were extinguished. Of reorganization. A few fled beyond your reach.
It's been here.
Some adopted new strategies for survival.
All that time.
We grew from dust. Spores become shores. Time rendered this dust effective. We sprang forth. It brought only disease and misery.
To meet you.
But that was good.
In the dark.
We saw the misery and found it good.
There was a judgment of my makers,
There's nothing you can give it.
and they were found wanting.
The only thing the monster wants is for you to know.
The flood
When the flood is finished. An alien virus. There will be nothing left of this place.
was their judgment.
That there's nothing you can ever love that it can't take away.
Okay. Yes. All right. So, I'm going to acquire in order to pull this all together is I'm gonna find a soundscape. I'm gonna venture onto YouTube, and I'm gonna find myself a compilation of multi-hours of a certain kind of sound, and we're gonna see if we can find it. Let's see if I can while we're at it. Let's see. YouTube that. Yes. Y'all are gonna see what content YouTube recommends to me in just a moment. Yep, because we're gonna go on a little adventure to go find something. Because we use only the most high quality editing resources here, which occasionally means an hour-long YouTube ambient noise thing. But we're gonna find something spooky, and it's gonna work. It's gonna work. Yeah. Let's see. I need to add. I'm gonna change capture window to. There we go. There we go. I'm very good at using my tech. We're gonna be real. We're going to be so. We're gonna Halo flood ambience. Does such a thing exist? Okay. Corridors ambience. Okay. This is potential. Maybe we can layer this. Oh, wait. What do you say? I didn't sleep last night. I was listening to No Prisoners, and thank you for the suggestion. That's a good bit. That seems a bit backhanded, but you know what? I'm happy you got something good out of it. Jesus Christ! What do you mean you didn't sleep? You're not required to not sleep. I get sleep. I got lots of things going on. Are you okay? I'm so confused. Good old-fashioned YouTube SFX amateur Indo's best friend. True. So true. I don't got no Foley artist to do it for me. Ooh. Oh, that's good, actually. Just gonna copy that right now. And, 1 second, let me just, get my 4K video downloader already. Yeah, okay, yeah. Move. Okay, yep. That's a good one. We'll see if we can layer it with something else. Stid corridors ambience, because I'm now putting this search into. There we go. Ambience. Okay, retrieving information. That looks good. it was a good book, so fair. You know what? Fair. It was a good book. Karen Travis has a certain way with her characters, or other people's characters. Um, she's a massive Halsey hater, and I'm a massive Halsey glazer, and even I have to admit that Karen Travis is she's really good at what she does. Uh, to be fair, it's not like Halsey didn't have a bit of punishment coming. So like cosmically, it makes kind of sense, and you know like there's a certain pathos to Halsey being in this like dark pit of despair in her life, um, due to like finally facing some form of the consequences of her actions. But she's still too important. She's still too useful. She's still too vital to ever really let go. So she just can't be. That I'm convinced that that's good. Now, okay. Here's what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna do something very clever. I'm gonna be so clever. Primordial ambience. Yeah. Yeah, primordial chaos. Beyond the basin. Which one of these is good? I'm gonna try this one first because it's shorter
With a
and it'll
smart
take
meter,
less
getting
time to
sugar
download.
off-peak energy is easier than you think.
With Vintage new electronics
Yes,
category,
yes.
you can earn with no selling fees.
The stream has ads now. I'm sorry. Oh, that's music. Boo. I don't like that. Sorry to say it. I think Halsey deserves way worse. Objectively speaking, yes, she by most standards of any fair government, she should probably be executed. But um, actually, it's weird to say. I love her character so much. I theoretically wouldn't be opposed to the development that she is like put to death for all the terrible things she's done. But I don't see that really happening in universe due to just how like she can just pull out the ultimate card of you would not be alive if I hadn't kidnapped those 75 kids. It's just true. You are all still breathing because John 117 and the rest of them exists. And if I hadn't done that, we categorically all would have died. Good job. Um, and she can make more and do good stuff. What I'd really like is probably a novel would be best suited for it. A novel that like really, like she really has to confront the whole thing. And hypothetically, Karen Travis comes back and she's faced with her and Naomi. And I don't know, for Sarah Palmer, her, Naomi, and Sarah Palmer are stuck on a planet together somehow. And and maybe there's like some hallucinogenic gas where they're like seeing things from the past, and she's like confronted by all of the stuff and has to really grapple with it. Um, but I understand why people like her. She's she's nuanced. She's interesting. Yeah, she's that way. Boo! Music. Hmm. Okay, that has potential. Primordial evil. Hmm. Eh. It's probably a bit too musical. Playlist? Is this some... Oh, we can't be playing that. Nope. We might get in trouble. Primordial. This one's potential. Chaos. What chaos? Primordial chaos. Huh? That's just music. Ah.
If your friend asks you a question and the answer's on your phone,
Why is Danny's
shouldn't
silver?
your phone just
Huh?
answer? Google Pixel 10.
That's all fucking music. Fine. We're gonna go with a combination of these two things. Yeah, that sounds. We'll find a good section of this and we'll make it work. So I'm gonna go into my what? What do you mean? Re-download. Do it. No. Ah, fuck. It's not working the way it's supposed to. Okay, we're gonna pull out the big guns. We're gonna pull out the big guns because my app downloader isn't working. We're going to video downloader. Video downloader. 4K YouTube. We're gonna go straight to the website that makes the app. Wait, am I in the right place? There we are. No, I'm still in the wrong place. Fuck. No, this is the place. This is the place we're gonna do. Yeah. No. No. I don't want whatever you have. 720p is fine. I'm a member and there's still ads on the stream. Unbelievable. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's just out of my control. It's out of my control. Download. Download. What's the problem? Oh, it needed to do that in the first place, right? Yeah. There we go. Okay, so now, oh, that's meta. This is like the page for the last stream. Okay. There we go. Yes. Live professional amateur video editing happening right here. Oh yeah. So you're making a Vader video next, and that's your thing. How's your progress going? I presume you're just in clip gathering mode. How long do you reckon it's gonna be? That's a better question, because Vader's a character you could really make a long, hefty video for. Because well, he's got so much like in-universe history, and there's a strong, very strong, almost foolproof argument to say that he's the most important character. And he has so much bloody backstory. Have I effectively opened the floodgates that you have put in what is effectively a Legends novel, though it directly ties into the Clone Wars? So it's like, in terms of you can sort of argue it counts for the new stuff. You've technically included a Legends novel in your new video. Are you gonna is this going to add like 7 other Legends books onto the thing? I've got all the clips in the timeline. There's still a lot to go. I organized the music. So far it's 31 minutes. It'll get longer. I think you know that already, but my intuition at hearing that is it'll get longer. I thought the Cortana video was going to be 24 minutes long. How long is the timeline? You've got all your ducks in a row. You've got all your clips. How long is that timeline? No, I'm just making room in my files. Main projects, sources, ambience. Probably misspelling ambience. Where is that? You can't see that I'm messing around with my files right now, but I am. Okay, now we're gonna switch over to there we go. We're gonna open back up media and stuff. We're gonna add a new bin. We're gonna misspell ambience again, but it's just for me, so I don't need it to be correct necessarily. We're gonna put in 2 things here. Okay, we can just plop this down over here, and we'll let's 400 hours. Jesus, I'm sorry. You are putting me to shame. 25. As a matter of fact, I keep 5. That I tip my hat to you. So, you're working on a level I couldn't. Oh god, I wouldn't quite have the patience for that. Do you've clipped the audiobooks, right? You don't have just the entire book. You've already like clipped the parts you want. Have you just put in all the movies? Have you put in all the all the shows and then you're going to clip them down? Or cuz I clip stuff down and that becomes my initial timeline, and Glasses are clipping this already down to 300. I was being debating back and forth using comics. In for a penny, in for a pound would be my notion of it. But you do you. Don't feel like you need to do more work if you're really not feeling it. I have the entire books. Okay, fair enough. That makes more sense. My approach is to screen record them as I go, and then clip them individually, and then make little video files for them to be blocked out and stuff. So you're just you're going to go through the process that I do, but I found that if you clip them beforehand and then import them, it saves time in the long run. At least I think so. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, we can. Okay, so if we go here, and then we. Okay, there's a button for this. Where's? There it is. Okay, we can close that. Okay, so we're gonna make these a bit quieter to start out with. Cutscenes, audiobooks. So got interviews too. That's pretty novel. Any interesting points in any like interesting like finds you got from the interviews? Like Hayden Christian talking about Ahsoka or something? Because he was a fan of the Clone Wars ultimately when he watched it. I can save time, but I like rewatching it all as I go, in case I forgot some line or part of the story, and I can before it's too late and gets messy. I guess. Different strokes for different folks, I guess. Honestly, just Ian McDermott using Palpatine's voice. Fair enough. He's pretty good at that. You know what's the thing I'm surprised they haven't made? A Darth Plagueis adaptation. I feel like a Darth Plagueis adaptation would be like such a good idea. Even within like the new Disney canon. It could be more or less the same as the book with like some small changes. And given that they just, you could have like the best of a bunch of worlds if you wanted, where everyone would be interested immediately. It would make good on a premise that even with like the Acolyte existing hasn't quite happened, where you get to really like focus on the dark side stuff. it's a story that people would immediately be interested in. If you wanted to, you could even pay off like the lingering plot threads from the Acolyte very subtly in a Plagueis adaptation, because it's established that Plagueis is present in the plot of the Acolyte. So you could give that little tiny subsect of the fandom like what do you call it? Closure. That's the word. And otherwise make something everyone would like. Alright, reverb is my friend. There we go. Everyone loves reverb. Reverb. Reverb is a little bit less intuitive in this editing software than it is in other ones. So I tend to like it when I put the dryness a bit down, but we can adjust that. Reverb time, reverb delay. I don't really understand what these other things do, to be honest. I should probably find out at some point, but I not quite yet today. Not yet. How does that sound? You know, let's add one-time controls. Let's slow that down just a bit. Wait, before I do that, actually, gotta, one moment. No, just gotta go into this side and so edit operations, previous elastic wave, elastic wave voice, general purpose. That means that when I slow it down, it'll be nice and smooth. Runtime controls, slow it down to 90%. Let's do that also over here. One moment. Elastic wave, general purpose. Runtime controls. Okay, what does it say? I just saw it like an hour ago. Most of the lines in the Revan novel, Cohort 2, were other characters talk about Revan being chosen could work in relation to Anakin. So, oh, fucking hell. That's... If you do it, man. You do it. I don't... That's... You're a crazy person. But I respect it. And just like that. Just like that. What was it? The Revan novel and KOTOR 2. There's the one from what's her name, who's like all philosophical, who's like, it is such a quiet thing to fall. Like I could see that. I could see that fitting. How many different sources of stuff did you get for the Superman edit? I'm wondering. Like the 13-minute long, was it longer? Superman one. What do I want? Yeah, I want some reverb. It can be kind of, huh? Just, oh, what? Whoa. You're not gonna crash me, are you? Oh, it's having a moment. It's having a bit of a moment. Oh dear. Don't crash. Don't do it. Don't crash me. It's hmm. Okay, we're good. We're good. It's stabilized. Love to see it. When I used to work with Sony Vegas, crashed so often I just got used to it. Okay. I think this could use. I think this could use more. More reverb. That interface is difficult. I'm just gonna increase the wetness and increase the reverb time, and then make it nice and quiet. Yeah, there we go. Just like that, it's fine now. Oh, the X-Men timeline is at its longest was 40 hours. Superman at its longest was 120. Batman was yeah, it would be 300 hours. They just keep getting longer, and I need to stop. Not the worst idea you've had. Like I've promised myself I'm never gonna make anything as quite as in depth as the Cortana video, because I'm happy I did it, but I don't want to do it again. It was too much. It was too. There are other big things in my life I want to be doing. So smaller, more manageable stuff. Theoretically, the Slud video, though it'll be expedited by the new tools I have and skills and whatever, will be maybe half as long as the Cortana video. Probably a bit shorter, but it won't be. And it has some degrees of comparability in terms of complexity, but it's not quite as intimidating. As intimidating, yeah. Probably. If we put that up, okay. So next step. Now that we just got both of those, and we'll have in our back pocket over here. We're going to address all of these. Yes, yes we are.
Riffs. It's very old. The monster.
Okay. All right. We're going to extend.
Monster.
We're going to extend all of these.
Very old. The monster.
Actually, no, we're not going to extend it quite that way. We're going to extend all of these. And then we're going to adjust them in such a way where they can have nice reverb. And this will be a little bit. We're going to do it all in bulk. It'll be a little bit time consuming, but it'll be worth it.
We called ourselves the Veiled Ones.
Okay, so now we're gonna go. No, we're just gonna make them. We're just gonna make them long. We're just gonna make them long. That's the only thing we're gonna do it first. That's the only thing we're gonna do it first. Actually, no, it's better if we start over here. Actually, no, it's not. Wait, you know what? There's no way it doesn't take a while. So we're just gonna.
But there's nothing you can ever love that I can't take away.
So that one.
Take away.
That one works as is, just fine.
Though they
okay. That one also. That one also.
An alien virus.
That one also. Okay, because we're going to make room. We're going to create a bit of empty space in front of every quote we got here, so that we can have nice, clean
Once
reverbs
is for you to know.
that don't cut off awkwardly. How did Flood get chosen before you've made a Halsey edit? To do the Halsey edit, I was going to make it at one point. I was going to commit, but then I decided. Well, I put it to a vote. Yeah. The real reason why I didn't like fast track and just decide to do it is because for no reason I'm having difficulty finding like high quality versions of the audiobooks of the Kilo 5 trilogy. I have some clips from Thursday War, but I want to listen to them again. And for some reason, they're not on Audible, and they're not transcribed anymore. And I got distracted by other things, and then I just decided, I'll do a, I'll do a poll, just get what people are interested in. It's just that I was aware that the people wanted the flood, and I thought, the flood is a good video. Why not do it? So the initial plan was that I was going to finish the flood video, and then I was going to make a Battle of Reach, Fall of Reach, Road to Combat Evolved, Campaign Evolved video, like how I did with like Road for Infinite. But it seems like the release of Combat Evolved is being moved up by like 5 months, so that isn't going to be realistic anymore. So I'll probably end up doing something like the Battle of Installation 04, and then a Halsey edit, or I'll just make a Halsey edit. Just what do I feel like? I'm gonna finish this, and then I'm gonna see how I feel. That's the plan for me.
The only thing the monster wants is for you to know.
Okay.
Was there should
I'm actually planning to do a Halsey arc, if you will, where there'll be Halsey, Oni, and then Jacob and Miranda Keys as two smaller videos, or maybe they'll be in the same video. Who knows? But that's the plan.
and they were found wanting. The flood.
There's nothing you can give it.
I will eventually find a good source of those audiobooks again, even if it means I have to buy the CD or something.
There was just a judgment of my makers, and they were found wanting.
Which isn't ideal because I'd want to be able to listen to them while I'm out and about and record them.
And of my makers.
Okay, I'm gonna have to keep track of which quote was which.
We saw the misery and found it good.
In the dark.
In Sony Vegas, there was a trick you could do that was technically a glitch, where if you opened its extension audio thing up in the same way, it wouldn't properly open, but it would it had the function of freezing the clip in terms of it couldn't be altered anymore. It couldn't be extended, and the way it couldn't. You couldn't extend it out and retrieve the data next to it. I don't know how to explain it, but it meant that you could kind of cheat away around doing this process without ever having to actually enter the audio editor. So I'm pretty sure it wasn't an intentional feature, but I used it quite a lot. But this is fine. This is fine. Huh? What's the problem here? It won't go further. I'm confused.
For survival.
all the time.
I guess I just discovered something about how this clip works.
Do you find myself?
Oh, people, goodness, arrivals. Oh, hi. Me and my big guy missed you during the. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. It's not the same without you. I'm sorry, guys. Three big. Shut up! My real life friends are coming in to spook me. You darn hecklers, you darn doodads. How I can't game with you 24/7. I have other interests. Damn it, I have other things to do. And I announced that I would do this a week ago, so I'm doing it. You darn doodads. You're cool though, really. You're fun. Yes. Hmm. Um. These Veda audiobooks CDs are adding up. That shows the movies can Blu-ray. They were bad enough. Buying things and real reason I haven't done MCU. My guy, who said anything about buying things? Who said anything about buying things? There's always a way. Maybe not for audiobooks. I do just have all the audiobooks on Audible. So that I've gradually built up on Audible because I've been an Audible subscriber for a long time now. The first book I got it on it was Dune, don't you know? Dune.
The precursors did not.
If you don't watch this, who will? We know. You don't have to put up with the heck. You just have to put up with the heckling. Hey, people watch the VOD. Some people have watched the VOD, and I'm gonna do this activity anyway because it's my bloody hobby, and I might as well do it in a way where I don't know. I have like the possibility of conversation, and also it like forces me to like be a bit more, kind of like now I'm going to be dedicating like more of the day to it. I'm gonna get it done faster. It's just overall a good habit to be in. Um, sometimes people, sometimes like a few people join and they have a nice little convergence of stuff. Bread Boy,
We gave design and life and
Radu. That's right. I called you your real name online. Ha! How do you like that? Ha! Yes. It's very normal. Not buying sketchy. That was what I did for Xmas. X-Men. As in the quality is sketchy. I mean, it is sketchy because it's not principally legal.
kept our judgment, could not bear up to which I did ever expect.
Smells like fear.
Humanity will be tested now. And like you.
Next.
I'll call you.
So you can be tested next.
Do you want another Legends book you should add to that list? Remember Me, because I just remembered that it's such a small thing. It's just a small thing. It's so tiny. But in the book Shatterpoint, uh, Mace Windu has an internal monologue at the end of the book where he decides, you know what? I feel okay. I feel content. I feel I'm over the fact that like a 300 Jedi died in the Geonosian Temple because Anakin's the chosen one, and he'll fix everything. That was worth it. Which is, big irony given Revenge of the Sith. Doxing me. Yeah, I'm doxing you, bread boy. That's what it is. Yeah. Yeah. Is heckling allowed? You can heckle me if you want. See if I can. I'm not. I'm unaffected. Oh no, another one. I have it already. You have it already. Anakin is referenced like 5 times total in that book, and you have it already. Fucking so based. To be fair, I listened to the entirety of Hunters in the Dark because I watched a YouTube short that reminded me that the villain of Hunters in the Dark has this quote.
The flood was their judgment.
Wait, no,
And they were found.
this quote, because it had this quote, so I listened to the whole book and gathered general clips for general purpose for like later stuff. Just so.
We are creatures of precursor law.
So I have no leg to stand on, though you're doing it on a much
down
more
to the
big scale.
chains of molecules.
And I have the advantage that I've been clipping these books like for a while now, since I made the John 117 video. So I principally understand.
It knows us.
So you're getting. This is indeed editing content. You're getting the full unglamorous view of it. My friends, are you still watching? No, they're not. They're not watching anymore. Radu is gone. My good friend Radu is gone.
Creators of all life in our galaxy.
They're probably playing a video game. In fact, I can check if they're playing a video game. They are no longer playing the video game. That is actually not the case any longer. At least they're not in the same call playing it anymore.
Creators of all life in our galaxy. The originals. They made Forerunners. The originals. They made.
Alright, yeah.
Those who created us formed the very concept.
Some say that long ago they shaped Forerunners.
Who formulated the very.
Yeah, we did include the mantle stuff.
Shaped Forerunners in their
image.
Older than your god.
If it won't slow you down. What won't slow me down?
And shape. And form. Some years ago.
The heckling. It's okay. When I edit on my own anyway, I get distracted and like go on short breaks all the time. Not all the time, but unless I'm in like the flow state, I get momentarily bored and I look up something, or I do something else, or I check what people are talking about on some Discord I like. Just because it can get a bit boring at times. Not everything is the exciting part where it's all coming together in front of your eyes. So interacting, I don't know, just with you is fine.
Lines across many skies.
or being conscious that I am being watched either right now or by people watching the VOD is kind of, it's focusing me. It's focusing me on the task.
Selves the thing.
Tangents included.
Before the
There we go. There we go.
We called
All right. So we're gonna go backwards in backwards order again. We're gonna
master.
and we're gonna
It's very old.
the monster. Okay, we're gonna go backwards. Starting from up here, we're going to go into firelight, and we're going to. Can we make this bigger? Can we also make? There we go. If I'd ask any criticism, if for any criticisms of my edits, sure. You know, I shit you not. I was considering like doing a thing where I announce, hey, I'm going to be doing a reaction to other people's edits. Why don't you send me edits you've made or edits you think are cool, like to the people, and I'll do such a thing. And I could look at some of yours in that. I could do it live even. You know, how many editors get to have like live reactions to their things? Only the biggest, like Hero Fan Productions, get things like that. At least I was thinking about doing that. I'm also thinking about doing like a Q&A and some other things, and doing just relight and editing stream at the moment. Just before I pop that in the Discord, because I forgot to do it until just now. That would be awesome. Well, at some point, I think we'll make that. I think I'll make that happen. I do have a few editors in my audience, and it would be cool to do that. Yeah. All right. So, export audio, which is actually Adobe Audition. Swanky Adobe Audition. Yeah.
But there's nothing you can ever love that it can't take away.
Oh wait, I don't need to do it for that. This one though.
the flood was their judgment.
But the rest of this, don't need that. There we go. It's that simple. Well, it's not quite that simple because, well, you'll see in a moment. Well, you use Adobe. Do you use Adobe? I forget. I get confused sometimes. I've had multiple conversations with people in my audience who are editors.
When the flood is finished, there will be nothing left of this place. There will be nothing left of this place.
Wait, how's...
Their judgment.
When the flood is finished, there will be nothing left of this place.
An alien virus. There will be nothing left of this place.
Okay, yeah, right. Yep. It's a bunch of little small bits of background audio here.
When the flood is finished.
There we go. Okay, yeah, and then you've got...
Flood was their judgment.
That's over here.
Was their
okay, so...
found wanting. The flood.
Yeah.
The flood.
When the flood is finished. An alien virus.
Use Audacity and DaVinci. Literally nothing else, and it definitely limits me, but it's easier. Fair. For some reason, I never found Audacity to be user-friendly. So that sounds kind of strange because I've gotten lost. That sounds kind of strange considering it's considered so reliable. I do have it installed, but I only use it for audio recording of other things.
The only thing the monster wants is for you to know.
And they were found.
The flood.
Oh god, you're a busy bee, aren't you?
Of my makers.
You got. Wait, you got one screen filled up with all three? I don't think my my particular flavor of neurodivergence could tolerate that.
Of my makers.
I need it on different screens. I can't have too much on the same screen, otherwise I can't play certain genres of games for the same reason, like territory war simulators, with like internal politics and all these fucking stuff to keep track of. UE, that one, that I can't play those games.
And they were found wanting.
The flood was their judgment.
Of my maker. Judgment of
my maker.
Okay, yeah, it's just this part I want. Little quirk of how DaVinci Resolve interacts with Adobe as opposed to how Sony Vegas interacts with Adobe. How do I move this in a way that's... Okay, just gotta be very careful about this. Is that in Adobe, when you make a new version, when you open when you open a piece of audio in Adobe Audition, it'll create like a new piece of audio. It'll effectively render it inside the editing software. Whilst here, it's treating everything like it's floating around, like it's still connected to the original source to an extent. Though it does create like a copy of the old thing where the new thing used to be. It's the same, but it's different. But it's the same, but it's different. Thoughts on the current state of the MCU? I was a casual fan of the MCU when I was as a kid, like the target audience of it, like growing up with it. I wasn't like massively like keeping track of it, but I was generally, with the like, Avengers, Iron Man, it's great. When I was 18, I think it was just after the release of Black Panther, my friend convinced me to watch all the MCU films because they're like, we gotta go see Infinity War together. Ironically, I did not see Infinity War with him, but I did see a bunch of other MCU films with him, and I was then like, this is fucking great. Love this. I love this so much. I'm gonna watch all these other shows and stuff like Agent Carter and the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show and Daredevil and Jessica Jones and stuff like that. And I was very much invested, big fan. I didn't consider it like perfect or nothing, but overall, the arc, particularly, like the arcs that managed to coalesce and come together by the end of Phase 3, it was a pretty grand mainstream cinematic achievement, and it mattered. It had elements of it that were genuinely really strong, that were meaningful. It was good. I thought it was great. Cold take. Infinity Saga is good. You're gonna hear that from everyone. Maybe slightly hot take. I think Captain America is the best Phase 1 movie. I think it's quite solidly there. I think it's on the same tier as Iron Man, but it edges it out a bit. post Infinity War, I was so excited for all the new content. I was so excited for them to make like a bunch of TV shows about the smaller characters, like spend more time with them, expand them and stuff. I was so on board with it all. And over time, slowly, it began to disappoint me. Not just because it was telling not quite as tight stories anymore. The MCU had stories that weren't quite as tight, like well, Iron Man 2 and 3. Um, uh, Iron Man 2 and 3, and uh, and Captain Marvel, and Thor 2 to an extent, but Thor 2 seems like a fucking masterpiece in comparison to Love and Thunder. So in retrospect, my thoughts of it are sort of bettered. Um, the thing that the MCU did beyond dropping a bit in quality broadly because it was trying to do too much, because corporately, you know, they had the pressure to make all this Disney Plus content, and Kevin Feige, after all after like a whole bunch of internal power struggles and like a bunch of people like coming in and out of the creative scene of it, didn't have nearly as many people supporting him to make all this stuff. Like he was more in control post Infinity Saga and towards the end of Infinity Saga, and like particularly post it. But he was also without other people to lean on. And their expertise, I suppose. Like James Gunn's a good example. He was very involved in like giving at least like some guidance to every MCU movie of Phase 3. And eventually he's gone because he got cancelled because he used to be a right edgy fuck, and they finally got him for it, and Disney like panicked and fired him, and then brought him back because fuck it, what was the point in that? It did nothing for us at all, and he's still making movies, and now he's in charge of DC. We lost him. Shit. I'm dancing around the topic. The thing I think Fate post Infinity War saga in Multiverse Saga does one thing that is continuously disappointing me, where it does a disservice to the characters. Characters I was invested in, slowly they were kind of ruined or kind of fucked over in my eyes, or they were given a new entry that didn't serve them at all. Um, um, and some characters even retroactively after they were gone got kind of shitted on because the writers didn't realize what they were like saying in terms of implications and this and that and whatnot and who how. Example: Thor. Thor was already got a bit of damage at Endgame. Endgame, for all its positives and its hypeness, does damage to most of the original Avengers by having Captain America leave his post, having like the movie, like having Thor in a dark place is fine. How the movie deals with like him in a dark place is not super fine. Him being used as comic relief, it's like a missed opportunity, and it feels kind of among other things. But Thor, he's just so bad in Love and Thunder. He's like regressed to a less responsible version of himself from before the first movie, which just begs the question: how the fuck is he still worthy if he is like worse in some ways than movie 1 4? That doesn't make sense. Taika, who let him tell all these jokes? There's too many fucking jokes here. Stop it. Ugh. Um, Sam Wilson as Captain America. I was really excited for that. And then they low key made him like a bit of a tool somehow, and I don't know why. I don't know why they did this. Like he's irresponsible in terms of like supporting his family. There's a contrived as fuck plotline where his family can't get a loan because they were blipped, even though it would make sense that a bank in a world where people blipped would understand and would have a clause to like okay, when you were blipped, we're not going to blame you for that, but for the things now, why doesn't he just pay with the fucking military contract? He's paid by the government, isn't he? Why can't he use his celebrity status to help his sister out? Why can't he go on a fucking talk show to get her money for that? But it's more like they forgot that he's meant. They are selectively remembering when he's meant to be empathetic, when he's meant to have an attitude as like a war, a history as like a war counselor, when he's meant to have a personality. Because in his own Captain America movie, he sure as fucking hell doesn't have one. And they accidentally made the Captain America who's meant to be like, oh, this is like the dark Captain America you don't want, like the infinitely more interesting character. Also, Bucky is just an asshole in that show. not just an asshole. He's, they're all ultimately good people in the end, but he's just fucking mean in ways that's like, this doesn't reflect super well on you, but at least I can understand why you're feeling this way, as opposed to Sam, who's just a wet fish in comparison. Wanda had a shit app, just fucking zero tier descent into villainy arc that didn't work for me at all. And her like thing in Multiverse of Madness is just like, we skipped several steps, and also your characterization is just kind of bleh. Doctor Strange they made Doctor Strange not responsible with his magic. They made Wong not responsible with like anything in his life, weirdly, because of She-Hulk. They made She-Hulk. Why did they make She-Hulk? I don't want to talk about She-Hulk. She-Hulk hurt me in a place down here. I hope they never bring that character back. They're probably not going to, because they've probably blacklisted the actress because she told people to protest against Disney. You know what? You get the idea. A bunch of characters I thought were cool aren't as cool in my eyes anymore. The only a few of the movies really popped for me. The one I like the most is Thunderbolts. I really loved Thunderbolts. The only reason I'm excited for the next Avengers movie is because it's going to have Thunderbolts in it, and maybe I'm curious what they do with Steve. And, Spider-Man. Spider-Man was good. Spider-Man was good. The Spider-Man movies were good. Spider-Man has the best multiverse movie ever made, in my opinion. I don't think the next one's gonna beat it in terms of actual quality of storytelling. Which is not to say that the Spider-Man movie with the three Spider-Men is perfect in storytelling, because it definitely makes certain mistakes in order to get itself there. It what? When you mentioned Wanda, but yes, that was an awful writing, which really bothers me as a person studying as a writer and who has read the comics, where she's the best. I can't imagine how disappointed the actual comic fans are. I am a comic fan, but I'm a DC boy. My worry is that the Supergirl movie may or may not bitterly disappoint me because it's adapting a really good storyline. And I'm gonna find out if it's actually gonna do it well. And the Superman as a king in that, that's the one that I have the comic references for, to see if how I compare it. Marvel is just the screen stuff, as far as I'm aware, as far as I'm concerned, because I haven't really consumed the comics very much.
There was a judgment of my makers, and they were...
Yeah. All right. Back to editing grind. Yeah, MCU disappointing.
There was a judgment of my makers.
But maybe it's getting better. Maybe they learned their lessons.
And they were found wanting.
Did I? Lost a little bit of track. Wait, where's the
And they...
There we go. Yeah.
There was a judgment of my makers.
I wish I could open the extension thing in here, because it would make it easier to navigate. But hey. How do you feel about the Fox X-Men movies, if you are the X-Men fan? How do you feel about its very consistent and not at all confusing timeline?
There was
a judgment of my makers.
And it's prequeling. How do you feel about the fact that Professor X is probably... Patrick Stewart's Professor X is probably going to die for a fourth time on screen? How do you feel about that? Does that fill you with excitement in Doomsday?
But that was good.
I saw the pain and it was good.
We saw the misery and found it good.
Yeah, fine.
But that was good. But that was good.
I'm tempted to rewatch, or mostly like watch for the first time, about half of them, like the X-Men movies, just so I'll either be suitably disappointed or suitably like a fall for Doomsday.
But that was good. We saw the... But that...
Me too.
It brought...
Only disease and misery. But that was good.
It
brought only disease and misery.
You know who's a character that like weirdly came onto the scene and became like my favorite in the MCU post Endgame? You probably heard people glaze him before, but it's that John Walker fella. Like and the thing I'm wondering about it. Gotta go a minute. Fine. I'll wait up. Feel like I'll just lock in for a second.
Become shores. We sprang forth. Vessels. We
sprang forth. Vessels of eternal light.
Missed one here. Seems. Let's do a little bit of center channel extractor, acapella, custom.
Become shores. We sprang forth.
Okay. That's really
Vessels.
gotta really remove all that background sound.
Of eternal light. Computation, circulation. Light.
Very exciting part of the stream, I know.
Regenerate our past forms. Time rendered this dust defective. It brought only disease and misery. Time rent.
Very interesting part of the stream, I'm sure.
Time
rendered this dust defective.
No, this is a good point to take a drink. Gotta stay hydrated, particularly when you're talking.
Radiant shower. Spore.
Yeah. All right. Center channel extractor. Acapella. low vocals? What happens if I do it then?
Spores. Spores become shores.
The dust and spores. But the flood, the dust, the...
We grew from dust. We grew as his. We grew.
Yeah, there we go.
We grew from dust. We grew as his.
Let's just acapella, custom, full spectrum.
We grew from dust.
I could have sworn that feature was more effective in prior versions of this software. Maybe it's just because it's taken from a single audio source.
We spore.
All that time.
Some adopted new strategies for survival of it. Some
Adopted new strategies for survival. They went dormant. And all that time, we grew from dust. The dust and spores. Wait.
a few were spared. Some
adopted new strategies for survival. They went dormant.
Some adopted new strategies for survival.
It's been here.
A few fled beyond.
On your reach, creation continued. Defy. You and... Most were extinguished. A few fled beyond...
A few fled beyond.
Beyond your reach.
Of reorganization. Their power of destruction, of
Most were extinguished. A few fled
of reorgan.
the captives said. Most were extinguished. A few fled. Most were extinguished.
They marveled at the power of destruction, of reorganization. Cursors did not defend
themselves. They marveled at the power of destruction, of reorganization.
Of destruction.
Were defied and hunted. Now died.
Just silent locking in here, I guess.
Those who created you were defied and
hunted. No.
Were defied and hunted.
Died.
Unprovoked and destroyed them. The precursors did not defend themselves. They marveled.
Those who created
you were defied and hunted.
Those who created you defied.
Rose up and
Murdered your parents. Is that like petulant children, you rose
up and
murdered your parents.
A crime against our creators.
These are secrets.
And like petulant children.
And like petulant children, you rose up and murdered your parents. So you reached out and did what we never expected from those we gave design and life, and the change that is thought. So you reached out and did what we never expected from those we gave design and life, and the change.
Change that is thought. Never expected from those we gave design and life.
Oh yeah, that's the part.
So you reached out and did what we never expected from those we gave design and life, and the change that is thought.
We took away the mantle
of responsibility, and like petulant children.
We took away the mentality.
You could not accept our judgment, could not bear up under your inferiority. So you reached
could not accept our judgment, could not bear up under your inferiority.
I fear.
Humanity will be tested next. And ultimately fail. Humanity will be tested next. And like you,
Humans will replace you. Humans will be tested next.
Humanity.
The decision is final.
That blessing was to be
given to others. To those you now call. Change that thinks. That
blessing self change that thinks.
That blessing was to be given to others. To those you now call.
The decision is final. Humans will replace you. Humans will be tested next.
That blessing was to be given to others.
All right.
Of rule and protection
of life and change that
it's final.
Too long study. The decision is final. The decision is final. Humans will replace you.
Blessing of
rule and protection of life and change that thinks. We announced to your kind long ago that you were not the chosen ones to receive the mantle.
It's kind of weird me just sitting here doing this on my own.
We announced to your kind long ago that you were not the chosen ones to receive the mantle.
Thinking about the notion of it being, you know, a VOD and stuff, but you know, I was in a conversation, and, like, my thought was cut short.
And erased them when they felt the need. Long ago, when it became
made
thousands of other species and erased them when they felt the need.
I had a thought and it was sort of cut off by my consistent viewer going away.
They made humans. They made thousands of other species and erased them when they felt the need. They made thousands of other species and erased them when they felt.
They made
We are creatures of precursor law, down to the very chains of molecules within us.
Oh, come on, we're getting there. We're getting there. I want to hit a milestone every time I do one of these.
We are creatures of precursor law, down to the very chains of molecules within us.
Yes, there we go.
They made foreigners. They made humans. They made thousands of other species. And
You know, maybe...
They made forerunners. They made humans. They made
You know, I wonder if the reason there's no one, like, popping in for the odd bit outside of my own friends
the originals. They made
is because this is a Friday night when most people have better things to do.
they made foreigners. They made humans.
Than this. And to watch some guy do this.
It knows us.
I can see the rules written in our genetic codes. We are creatures of
rules
written in our genetic codes.
What's the matter with this?
forerunners. Originals. They made
Foreigners. I can see the rules written in our genetic codes. It knows us. They made foreigners. They made you.
Did I miss anything? No, I just kind of locked in for a bit. And I was thinking about switching these two clips over. That was the last thought in my head.
The originals. They made foreigners.
They
They made foreigners. They made humans.
I think the thing I was about to express just into the ether, mostly to you, you know, practically.
Who formulated the very concept of the mantle, were themselves rich with...
Is that
who formulated the very concept of the mantle
Were themselves rich
with
the originals. They made
was that MCU? You know, it's post Endgame stuff. Its original characters are like
life in our galaxy. The original.
it's not like they're not like massively engaging me that much, but the general cast of
The
the
originals.
Thunderbolts, particularly John Walker, is like the one standout in terms of like, no, I'm invested with these guys. To a degree, I quite like the Fantastic Four, the new ones as well. I quite like that movie as well. Didn't like blow me away, but yeah, I'd see a sequel. I'd be interested to see those characters continue. I could think there's good stuff to
who
do there.
formulated the very concept of the mantle, were themselves rich with...
But like John Walker is so interesting because it feels at once like the writers want you to hate him, but also want you to be on his side, and maybe they realize halfway through that they accidentally write like this really interesting character with all these very overt flaws, whilst at the same time being in some ways like the most noble person in like the group, because in some ways he comes off better than Sam and Bucky in the show in which he's like present.
who formulated the very concept of the mantle
And in some ways, he's the least bad person among the Thunderbolts in terms of just stuff he's done. And it largely comes down to the optics surrounding that fellow that he kills in the street. I think Fantastic Four deserves way better on the big screen. I wasn't blown away about it, and you would know better about the source material. What was your detraction? What if you could sum up your detraction? Your criticism of the Fantastic Four movie. What do you think it'd be?
Creators of all life in our galaxy. The originals. They made for...
But that John Walker fella, his execution of that flag smasher.
What are precursors? Creators of all life in our galaxy.
Yeah, the bad guy team of terrorists.
Creators of all life in our galaxy. The originals.
Like real talk in a general sense, for like full context of what he did, there's a whole bunch of mitigating factors that like don't necessarily make it okay, but doesn't make it like we're going to court-martial you worthy. And it's entirely optics, because he's taken on a role where he has to be picture perfect.
those who created us, who formulated the very
And despite the fact that the person that he executed was a terrorist who he had just been in like actual combat with and who had just killed his best friend, that is not really taken into account at all, seemingly, at his little trial.
Those who created us, who formulated the very concept of the mantle.
And it almost seems like the show wants you to be of the opinion that like he deserves this to an extent, or maybe it's trying to say that it's just optics. I've been preaching to my friends that John Walker is the best new character in the Multiverse Saga. Damn, you're so unbelievably based. I don't even need to be saying it.
Formulated the very
You already know. God damn, yeah.
Those who created us, who
because well, here's the thing. I'm not of the opinion that he did nothing wrong. Because to be real, he could have just knocked the guy out if he's like thinking fully like sensible thinking. Because he could have just like backhanded the guy with the shield. I'm pretty sure he would have been out cold. Maybe hit him a few times with those enhanced fists. Give him a bit of light brain damage, and he would have been optically fine. But it's the fact that he's got the blood on the shield. And like both symbolically for the camera and whatnot. The thing that frustrates me about it is that there's like a knee-jerk response at the time to expense now, which is entirely rooted in like real-world political zeitgeist, which I suppose tells you that it's tapping into something real. Where because technically the person that he executed was a refugee, even though they were also a terrorist killing innocents, and would just like technically just like 3 seconds earlier attempted to kill John by throwing a cement pillar at him.
Some say that long ago they shaped forerunners in their image.
And notions of surrender are relative. Him cowering for his life as a relative in the context of him being a super soldier, and the notion of disarming him being difficult, but then again, he could have just knocked him out.
Some say
that long ago they shaped forerunners in their image.
The movie just didn't develop anything. The same characters at the end. They just had a kid. Is that necessarily the worst thing? I mean, you've read the source material, so you'd be more intimately familiar with their major like quirks and flaws and like story arcs where they have grown and developed. So what would it be? Oh wait. The best part of the Fantastic Four in the comics is the subtle character work, the day-to-day mundane science, dinner with the family. The Thing might be the most developed character in fiction. Goodness, that's a big statement. I suppose he has had like 60 years of continuous month-to-month stories, so that sort of makes sense. In a roundabout way, but most developed character in fiction, I would have thought that would be something like the Doctor from Doctor Who, where if you include like the if you especially if you include like what is it, 40 seasons of television, a movie, a bunch of smaller stuff, several thousand audio dramas, a bunch of if you put it all together, it's like whoa, that's a lot. Are you disappointed that Doctor Doom is not really going to be Doctor Doom? He's going to be a weird like Iron Man variant. Like, oh, is that Tony? It's not Tony.
Older than your God.
And they only took the action scenes from the John Peter fan. About the character which is the main part. Oh, don't get you started, Doctor Doom.
Older than your God.
I'm sure you could give me an essay on why it's disappointing what they're gonna do with Doctor Doom and how that means like it's gonna probably delay the notion of a proper Doctor Doom coming into the fray even longer.
Those who gave you
breath and shape and form millions of years. Older than your God. Some say that long ago they shaped forerunners in their image.
Those who gave
you breath and shape and form millions.
Because I've my exposure to Doom is primarily from a YouTube channel called what's like Straight from Latveria, where a guy is like cosplaying as Doom and like telling you lore about Doom as if it's Doom telling you about Doom.
The last
of those who gave you breath and shape and form.
And my impression is that he's pretty cool. He's a pretty cool villain, pretty cool, developed, cool guy. Don't get me started. No, I'm glad it's not really Doom. I don't want them to ruin my favorite character in Marvel. Haven't they done that twice already? It as a Fantastic Four Glazer, how do you feel about the 2005 and 2015 Doom? While we're at it, why don't you throw in the 1996 Doom from the movie that was never actually properly released, as I understand it? But the cast of that movie still made a cameo in the new one.
Who gave you
breath and shape and form.
Older than this rock.
Ancient beyond our measure.
It's just gonna be a Tony Stark variant with Doom aesthetic.
Runners.
And Peter's gonna meet him in Secret Wars, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, Mr. Stark, what? And before that, Steve is gonna meet him, and he's gonna be like, Tony, what? You're alive? How is that possible?
Ancient beyond our measure. The beast.
And that's gonna be like everyone's reaction. Is Pepper gonna be in the movie? I feel like Pepper Potts and Rhodey should be in the movie. Are they confirmed? I feel like it's weird for them not to be there if you're gonna play the whole, oh my goodness, alternate universe version of person I know.
Older than the light.
Ancient for humans, but also for forerunners.
We're almost there now. We're almost there now.
Get quiet.
Watchful. Ancient.
Ancient
for humans, but also for forerunners.
We're getting there now. You see, if I
Cursors
were powerful.
wasn't so busy with strange
Cursors
things,
were powerful.
strange things, I would have done this yesterday. But we're doing it all right now.
Precursors were powerful.
Tell you a story about yesterday, though. I went to an audition
Precursors were powerful.
for a short film because I'm an actor and I want to be in lots of short films so I can get lots of clips of me doing various different types of acting stuff. And as a result, I will then be hired for various types of acting gigs. And that is, the plan. So I go to the university where these film students are doing this audition for their little short film.
An ancient transsentient species long since gone from the galaxy.
And I realize only once I've been there that I'm at the wrong university. I'm at Bower Ashton campus in Bristol instead of Bath Spa University at Bath, because I've been frequenting both Bath and Bower Ashton campus quite frequently over the last month or so.
Then we became the lost ones.
And as a result, had just kind of gotten one confused with the other. Just when I was reading it, I didn't read the email well enough. I thought I read the wrong thing. So I went there. I realized I'm not gonna be there on time. I call up the guys and I say, "Are you still gonna be doing it at 7? Because I can get there for 7."
Ancient masters.
Before the forerunners.
They say no.
Then we became the lost.
But you can do a self-tape. And I have like a prideful thought. I am not going home until I finish this audition. So I randomly bumped into a person I knew at the college, at the university, and they let me into the building.
Who are they? Ancient masters.
Because you need a pass to let in, but you can leave. The doors will open automatically if you're trying to leave. But if you've got a pass, you have to go. You need a pass to get in. And I found an empty room, and I decide to film my little self-tape there, with some tables and chairs for my props.
We called ourselves the Veiled Ones.
And I'm doing it, and then at one point, the cleaning lady comes in to change the bin, and I think, this is kind of a little bit awkward, but you know what? I can tell her my funny story. And she smiles and laughs and says, "Oh, that's funny." she goes to security and tells them there's a person who's not a student of this university and he's over here making strange noises recording a strange movie, and I am promptly escorted off the premises, only having filmed half of it because I just didn't think about the consequences of sharing my little anecdote. And subsequently I record the rest of it outside, but you know what? I made it work. It sort of flows. It sort of works. It sort of But every time I look at that self tape now, I'm gonna be mortified at what I felt at being confronted by security and the fact that I wasn't there and my big mouth got me in trouble. Not really. It was no big deal, but yeah, I wasn't meant to be there. It's very strange. Obviously, I haven't seen a lot of the acting. But my goodness, that's quite a story. Yes, yes, it's a story I'm going to be able to tell people. My workplace is going to be very infused by that story. You were really good in Vendetta. Ooh, I watch a lot of short films, and most of the time the acting is rough. Not that I could do better. Hey, hey. Critics are not obliged to be amazing at the thing itself. They are only obliged to have a good critical eye for them. Like, there's a lot of like, oh, you couldn't do better. That's not their job. That's not their job. That's not what a critic is for. But thank you. Thank you. You know what? If maybe maybe I can send you links to some other short films I've been in, because I've been in a few and most of them aren't like publicly available online. They're like on private links and stuff. Like on Discord or whatever. Are you on the Discord server? I don't suppose you're on the Discord server.
The precursors? Who were they? Ancient masters.
Precursors.
Who were they?
Who were they? The precursors. Who were they? Such an innocent question. If only you knew Chakas. Yeah, I think it's Chakas that asked that question.
The monster.
Is it Chakas?
Very old.
And with that, there, we've done them all. And now we're going to add reverb to every one of these. But it's not going to be as awkward because we'll do it to one of them. And then we'll do a magical thing. We'll copy-paste it to all of the rest. And it'll be great. Oh, but first, need to delete these. Yeah, need to delete all of these. I'd be curious, sure. Are you on the Discord? Because if you message me on Discord, that's the most convenient place. I could just send them to you. My little humble Discord server. Because YouTube doesn't have a direct message feature.
The precursors? Who were they?
We called ourselves the Veiled Ones.
Right. Yep. Oh boy. Okay, more clicking. It's okay. We can click. We can click like the fucking best of them, man. We can click with all of these guys. Actually, maybe there's a more efficient way to do this. Okay, what if I... Okay, wait. What if I... Yeah, okay. And then... Off. That doesn't work. Fine. It's all gotta be individual. Wait. I do have an idea. If I move these down. Yeah. Wait, no. Yeah, okay, the magic of multi-selecting. Yeah, that's how we want it to be seen and done. Gonna have to do some. Need to do some. It's a little pull stretch in my wrist and my hand and stuff. Don't want to get nothing bad. If you're on the Discord server, then there we go. There we go. There we go. All of those. Ah ha ha. They're all good. There we go. Yes, yes, all our ducks nicely in a row. We love to see them in a row. Our ducks. Yeah, we're very normal about our ducks. Yeah. Oh, fuck, I misclicked on the duck. It's not a duck, it's a clip. But it's also a duck. And, ducks. That's what we got. We got ducks. Yeah. Careful clicking, careful clicking, careful clicking. There you go. And now all this can go back here. This can go back here. These are kind of the odd one out. Just gonna unlink that, unlink that. There we go. Ah, what a lovely bunch of ducks. On Discord. All right, fresh link for the server. One, let me furnish you with a fresh link for the server. Right. Copy link. That should be a functional link for the Discord server. I'm half tempted to like share with my audience like the acting stuff I do, but it would like clutter up the the upload stuff. I had a very indulgent idea of what if I did like a stream where I showed everyone all my cringe short films I'm in. Ah. And then they could all appreciate my great acting talents that I went to a drama school in order to hone. A drama school that was very confusing and expensive. Oh boy. Alright, okay, alright. So, we're gonna go here, we're gonna add... No, that's not what we want. We want this. I want to add reverb. Yeah! Reverb being... Okay, so we want like moderately wet, but like not too much. Reverb time can be about that. Pre-delay. Generally have the experience I want that down. So that will sound something like...
It's very old.
Okay. Okay, I want more reverb time, and I want it to be a bit wetter.
It's very old. The monster.
Okay, what if I added less pre-delay?
It's very old.
Oh, I can hear the sounds of my mother coming back home downstairs because she was out doing yoga. Neat. You just learned. So success. Yeah. All right. Message me in the Discord, and I'll send you those things if you want to see them. That's a okay with me. I'm just gonna work out all this reverb. Which one of these things make it sounds more? Yeah. What if I can I can make it seem like it's a bigger room?
Very old.
Hmm. Does this affect? So this is like I figured these affected this, but I guess I was wrong. But hey, it's a big room, guys. It's a big room. Rect. Okay, why within reverb is there a dial that just says reverb? What does what does reverb do within reverb? If I turn reverb down, what happens?
It's very old.
Oh, it just stops reverbing. What's the point of the rest of the dials? I'm confused.
It's very old.
Sounds alright, actually.
It's very old.
Does it sound notably different if I have the dial all the way up?
It's very old.
Kind of like it lower, actually. Less reverb per reverb. What do you mean? Can you tell? Romanian guy, you appeared again. Have you been lurking this whole time? Goodness me. It reverb. It reverbs the reverb. Of course, yeah. That's it's silly me. You know what? That is a stupid question. It should have been obvious. But I like this amount of reverb in my reverb. It sounds like a good sweet spot.
It's very old.
Okay, so now we're going to copy. What is it? Okay, I'll find. Where's the one for this? No. Move. Cut. Change. Clip attributes and clip. Confirm. Find me a clip attributes. I could have sworn it was easier to do this. No, I can copy the attributes. I can. Am I an idiot? Okay, if I press copy, and I say, oh yeah, paste attributes. Yes. Okay, so now this.
The monster.
Okay, now and now they'll all be like, yes, yes.
The precursors? Who were they?
Maybe I do want a bit more reverb.
Very old.
Maybe I do want a bit more reverb actually, because I want it to. I could adjust them individually, of course. Just a bit more.
It's very old.
How do I make it? Reverb time. What if I just turn up the reverb time a whole bunch?
It's very old.
That's a bit too much. It's kind of cool though.
It's very old.
Yeah, that's a whole little wave, like a little splash. Keep pressing the wrong button. It's still high, but it's not quite as high.
It's very old.
A little bit less high. I pressed it again. Why? Maybe if the room is smaller. No, that's no. Maybe this is the thing I could be doing off stream.
It's very old. The monster.
Okay. Copy. I'm gonna copy, and then And then, oh, you see, Sunny Boys and Sunny Jims. I'm gonna press paste attributes, and suddenly all of them have it.
Older than the light.
Ancient beyond our measure.
Older than this rock.
Those who gave you breath, and shape, and form.
Alright, yes. Yes, we're feeling real fancy now. Oh boy. Okay, so now is the time where we're gonna line them up. We're gonna line them up to a firing squad. No, not a firing squad. To the thing. Yeah, yeah. It's happening. It's happening now. It's all been leading to this. Oh yes, it's gonna be so satisfying. Yeah. I'm being very normal about this. I'm an extremely normal person, and I'm definitely not possessed of strange qualities that would cause someone to be a bit about things. Okay, alright. You know what? I just like that as an introduction. So we're gonna put that down here. In fact, we're going to... Can we move this up a bit? I'm gonna move it. I need to move this up a bit for the time being. And I'm gonna put this here. Yes. Okay, yep. Is it bad if I just open with flood ambience for Halo 2 just from the start? I should, you know what? I should start in the middle of flood ambience 2. And it's I should start someplace in the middle. That way that someone who's listened to flood ambience 2 doesn't immediately think, "Oh, that's flood ambience 2." Then again, I could just oh, I just realized you can't you can't slow it down the same way. It's not as convenient when you don't have the video part. No, I'll just get a fresh one. I'll just get a fresh one. I'll just get a fresh one. Yeah, ambience. And why is all of this in ambience? What why isn't it anywhere? Why is all of this in ambience? What is this? I'm confused. I don't program. Why are you doing this? I don't understand. Are you punishing me? For some reason. Did I do something wrong? The ambience has to share its space with all that. Okay, so we're going to add elasticity again. Elastic waves, general purpose. I'm going to go to real time. We're gonna slow it down to 70%. And we're gonna add some reverb. We're gonna add some reverb. We're gonna copy you. We're gonna add your yeah. Paste attributes. And then we're gonna have it. We're gonna have it back. We're gonna have it very slowly go up. Huh? That's not slow enough. Huh? Why isn't this working? Hmm? Kitchen. shouldn't. If I do this, what's not working about this? I don't understand. Because it's just so fucking ambient. You're right. What have I done wrong here? What? Huh? Oh god, I'm messing with things I don't understand. Does this make a difference? Why doesn't it make a difference? I don't understand. I don't understand it. Why isn't it working the way it's supposed to? Okay, if I real don't hold controls. What about now? No, it just starts at the thing at the start. Okay, if I put it on this one. That's not how that's supposed to work. Okay, it is making an effect, but it's not. Okay, so I start like this. Or that's not enough. Wait. I still don't understand what I'm doing strangely here. This is just behaving in a way that I haven't come to expect it to. Because it's just so ambient. It is so ambient. What am I doing wrong, man? Look at me, I've entered my hunched position. Okay, just to check that I'm not a crazy person.
Is that to be our punishment?
It is the way of the...
Is that to be our punishment?
It is the way of those who seek out the... the truth of the mantle.
Okay, so it is working. It's just not having the effect I want it to. Okay. Alright, I can make this work. I just need it to begin a certain way. How does this begin as it is? Okay. What have I done? What have I don't understand what it is I've done. I'm just gonna make a new one again. I swear this was easier in DaVinci Resolve. Not DaVinci Resolve, in Sony Vegas. That piece of shit software that crashed all the time. Wait. Plastic waves, general purpose. So down by like by a quarter. Maybe more like 80. Maybe if I just commit more to it, actually. No. Midpoint is good. 83 is a good number. Okay. Okay, right. I'm making it work. I find this soundscape to be agreeable. I found this to be agreeable. Okay. But I feel like I need a little something over here. Okay, we're gonna put down the volume a little bit, and we're gonna go to. We're gonna actually up the reverb time. We're gonna do the whole box trick. That's agreeable. Okay. Great. Might get additional inspiration for this down the line, but for the moment. Okay, alright, okay, that's a good place to begin it. Okay. We're really cooking now. We're really about to be cooking. Because I ain't finishing today's session until I've put these mother hubbers in place. Yeah.
It's very old.
Can make that a little bit quieter.
It's very old. The monster.
Oh, Jesus, no, I need that. Why is that so loud?
It's very old. The monster.
An idea is when the next stream will be. You know, I want to like create the streams, and I like picking out the nuggets of wisdom. No, don't quite know yet, but I'm gonna work it out over the weekend, and then I'm going to do a little post saying I'm gonna stream at these times because I want to do it multiple times a week. You know, keep up the momentum of my thing, get comfortable with doing it, that sort of thing. Can't give you a day. I do not have a regular work schedule in any of my professional stuff. I'm just kind of I'm navigating it, and I'm what do you say? I'm negotiating with my opportunities and my obligations day to day, if that makes sense. So this weekend I will post a thing and I will work it out, and the people will know. You will know. You are one of the people. Haha.
It's very old. It's very old. The monster.
Oh, that works. Oh, that works. Ah, super chat. Oh my goodness, you are my first super chat. I thank you for that super chat. I thank you for coming along. And you think I'm entertaining? I appreciate that a great deal. You were the first person to give me money in this sense. I feel goodness that warms my heart. I can go tell my mom about it, and she'll be very proud. Um, thank you for coming by. You're pretty cool yourself. Um, gonna do that stream where react to a bunch of edits, and probably a few of them are gonna be yours. That'll be real fun and stuff. So thank you for that. Yeah. Yeah.
It's very old. The monster.
That's a good atmospheric beginning. Let's see if we can bring it in. But thank you for coming round. Thank you for those watching on the VOD, even if it's just for a little bit.
The monster.
The precursors?
Okay, that needs to be quieter.
The precursors? Who were they? The precursors? Who were they?
We called ourselves the Veiled Ones.
Okay, so we're gonna have this more closely together.
The precursors? Who were they?
We called ourselves the Veiled Ones.
Who were they?
We called ourselves the Veiled Ones.
Ancient. Ancient masters. Who were they?
We called ourselves the Veiled Ones.
Ancient masters.
I need these to be even closer than they are right now. Yep.
Then we became the Lost Ones.
This is the fun part for me, as far as I'm concerned. Because I get to see it all kind of coming together more concrete way.
Who were they?
We called ourselves the Veiled Ones.
Ancient masters.
Then we became...
A little bit more space there. You can have.
Ancient masters.
Then we became the Lost Ones. Lost Ones.
An ancient
Became the Lost Ones.
an ancient transsentient species long since gone from the galaxy.
We've done a lot of quick and dirty little adjustments pre the event.
An ancient transsentient species long since gone from the galaxy.
Precursors were powerful.
An ancient transsentient species long since gone from the galaxy.
Precursors were powerful. Were powerful.
Ancient for humans, but also for forerunners.
Gone from the galaxy.
Precursors were powerful.
Ancient for humans, but also for forerunners.
Precursors were powerful.
Ancient for humans, but also for forerunners. But also for forerunners.
Older than the light.
Runners.
Older than the
Precursors were powerful.
Ancient for humans, but also for forerunners.
older than the light.
Ancient be
Older than the light.
ancient forerunners.
Older than the light.
Ancient beyond our measure. Ancient for humans, but also for forerunners.
Older than the light.
Ancient beyond our measure. Ancient beyond our measure.
Older than this rock.
Ancient beyond our measure.
Older than this rock.
Those who gave you breath and shape.
On our measure.
Older than this rock.
Those who gave you breath and shape and form. And form.
Older than your God. Older than your God.
Some say that long ago,
Form.
Older than your God.
some
And form.
Older than your God.
Some say that long ago, they shaped forerunners in their image.
Those who gave you breath and shape and
and form.
Older than your god.
Some say that long ago, they shaped forerunners in their image. In their image.
Those who created us.
Forerunners in their image.
Those who created us. Those who created us.
Creators of all life in our
Their image.
Those who created us. Those who created us.
Creators of all life in our galaxy. Of all life in our galaxy.
Who formulated the very concept of the man.
In their image.
Those who created us.
Creators of all life in our galaxy.
Who formulated the very concept of the mantle. Who formulated the very concept of the mantle.
The originals.
Who formulated the very concept of the mantle.
The originals.
I can see their rules written in our genetic codes. The very concept of the mantle.
The originals.
I can see. Very concept of the mantle.
The originals.
I can see their concept of the mantle.
The originals.
I can see their rules written in our genetic codes. Related the very concept of the mantle.
The originals.
I can see their formulated the very concept of the mantle.
The originals.
I can see their rules written in our genetic code. Our genetic codes.
It knows us.
The concept of the mantle.
The originals. They made forerunners.
Very concept of the mantle.
It knows us.
I can see their rules written in our genetic codes. In our genetic codes.
They made.
Oh dear. That's. Oh, no. No. I'll just. Oh, that applies to all of them. Okay. Well, I'll just. Regular. Regular delete. And regular move that over.
I can see their rules written in our genetic codes.
They made forerunners. They made humans.
I'm already seeing that I'm gonna have some trouble putting, dynamic imagery to all this. It's not good, not possible or nothing. Just gonna have to be kind of creative, which is the whole point.
Made forerunners. They made humans.
We are.
Made forerunners. They made humans.
We are creatures of precursor law, down to the very chains of molecules within us. Of molecules within us.
Inside and out.
Are creatures of precursor law, down to the very chains of molecules within us.
Inside and out. Inside and out.
They made thousands of other species and erased them when they felt the need. when they felt the need.
We announced to your kind
and erased them when they felt the need.
We announced to your kind
and erased them.
Inside and out.
They made thousands of other species.
Inside and out.
They made thousands of other species and erased them when they felt the need.
We announced to your kind long ago that you were not the chosen ones to receive the mantle. Receive the mantle, the blessing of rule. The chosen ones to receive the mantle. The blessing of the mantle. The blessing of rule and protection of life and change that thinks.
The decision is final.
That blessing was to be given to others.
Humans will replace you.
Humanity.
That blessing.
Humans will replace you.
That blessing was to be given to others.
They felt the need.
We announced to your kind law, down to the very chains of molecules within us.
Inside and out.
They made thousands of other species and erased them when they felt the need.
We announced to your kind long ago that you were not the chosen ones to receive the mantle, the blessing of rule and protection of life and change that thinks.
I feel like I need an interim thing there.
The decision is final.
That blessing was to be given to others. The blessing of rule and protection of life and change that thinks. Ones to receive the mantle. The blessing of rule and protection of life and change that thinks.
I can put this later, actually.
That you were not the chosen ones to receive the mantle. The chosen ones to receive the mantle.
The decision is final.
You were not the chosen ones to receive the mantle.
The decision is final.
Not the chosen ones to receive the mantle.
The decision is final.
Receive the mantle.
The decision is final.
Huh? What did I just do? I don't want... Okay, yeah, I don't want that. Just happened there.
The decision is final.
That blessing was to be given to others.
Final.
That blessing was to be given to others. To be given to others.
Humans will replace you. Humans will replace
Humanity will be tested next.
Smells like fear.
Did next.
Smells like fear.
Next.
Smells like fear.
You could not accept our judgment, could not bear up under your inferiority. Not bear up under your inferiority.
We took away the mantle.
Bear up under your inferiority.
We took
under your inferiority.
We took away the mantle of responsibility. Mantle of responsibility.
So you reached out and did what we never. Judgment could not bear up under your inferiority.
We took away the mantle of responsibility.
Up under your inferiority. Your inferiority.
We took away the mantle of responsibility.
Your inferiority.
We took away the mantle of responsibility.
So you reached out and did what we never expected from those we gave design and life, and the change that is thought.
Did I forget to do this one? Guess one slipped through the cracks. Huh?
What we never expected from
those we gave design and life, and the change that is thought.
Okay. It's funny.
Those we gave design and life.
No, that's... Oh. What? Where did I just go? How did I just end up with there? That's not the thing.
Those we gave design and life, and the change that is thought. Those we gave design and life.
And like petulant children. Children.
These are secrets.
Children.
These are secrets.
A crime against our creators.
Now I need to have more faith in the visual aspect.
I can see their
rules written in our genetic codes. We are creatures. The creatures are law, down to the very chains of molecules within us.
Inside out.
They make thousands of other species, and they raise them when they cook them. We announced to your kind long ago that you were not the chosen ones to receive the mantle. The decision is fine. That blessing was to be given to others.
to receive the mantle, the blessing of change that thinks.
The decision is fine.
That blessing was to be given to others.
Humans will replace
Humanity will be tested next.
As I fear.
You could not accept our judgment, could not bear up under your inferiority.
We took away the mantle of responsibility.
So you reached out and did what we never expected from those we gave design and life.
Oh, hey. I never asked you Vader book suggestions. More Vader book suggestions. What? You're still here? I'm confused. More Vader book suggestions. The Revenge of the... If you have any more. Probably not. You've got the novelization by Matthew Stover of Revenge of the Sith. There's no way you haven't included that. It's so iconic to it. They released a new version of Rise of Lord Vader recently that's unabridged, and they I don't know. I think Shatterpoint was my most obscure one. I suppose there might be. Doesn't Truce of Bakura have a scene where Anakin's ghost talks with with Leia post Endor. I don't know how that scene goes, but could you do something with that? I'm working and watching the stream. Don't tell the boss. Oh, I thought you were gone. I was just locking in, because I thought there was no one watching. But yeah, I won't tell your boss. I don't see how I could. This guy's watching a stream. Hey guys, this guy. Yeah, yeah, not like that. Yeah, Truce of Bakura, maybe, because there's like one scene where Anakin's ghost appears, but I guess you could say that about like all the Anakin's ghost appearances, because he appears a decent amount in like the Legends stuff after the fact, which is I guess slightly awkward, because it's like, why doesn't he appear earlier? Blah blah blah. Why isn't he appearing to Luke in the current canon? That's a question. Does he appear in? There's a canon book where he appears to Luke. Isn't there? It's called like the one about him and Lando going to that planet to find Uchi.
So you reached out and did what we never expected from those we gave design life. A crime against our creators.
Okay. Trying to give it a bit of light and shade in terms of pace.
Against our creators. You rose up and murdered.
But I want this part to be kind of pacey. We're so close to big money. Oh yeah. I have a lot. Just checking. Fair enough.
A crime against our creators. You rose up. A crime against our creators. You rose up and murdered your parents.
You see how it's all coming together now. All this reverberating. Oh boy. What about him? And Shadow the Sith. Have that as well. Of course you do. Of course you do. I should expect nothing less at this point. Is that a good book? I hear very mixed things about it. Like, it's trying to make sense of all the strange, like, inconsistencies in the sequel trilogy, mostly pertaining to the ones in the Rise of Skywalker, with like, why is the dagger like that? Why is it designed to be held up from one particular angle towards the wreckage of the Death Star, which should logically, like, it should probably shift over time, so the dagger would gradually not be as accurate. Also, why would you make the dagger a map, and why would it be so obscure? And why not just keep this, like, this wayfinder somewhere more reliable and secure? It's a bit strange. Also, like, why does this assassin fella, why does he end up underground and eaten by a worm, I guess?
You rose up and murdered your parents. Murdered your parents.
Those who created you.
Oh. So, what is it, just like, we're going to bend over backwards to make this, to make this overall canon, excuse me, to make the overall canon make more sense, but this individual story is going to kind of suck. Or it's going to not be terribly remarkable. A cannon plaster.
Those who created you.
The precursors did not defend themselves.
A cannon band-aid, more like, because I gather that you're probably American based on the...
Those who created you.
The precursors did not defend themselves.
Based on the time zones.
Did not defend themselves.
Were defied and...
Defend themselves.
Were defied and hunted.
We're in the stretch. We're in the stretch, man. We're getting there. We're so getting there.
Defied and hunted.
They marveled at the power.
Defied and hunted.
They marveled at the power of destruction.
Give it a 3 out of 10, but it's always great to get more Lando. Lando doesn't have a lot ultimately, and in the canon from like the comics written by Matthew Stover, at least he's actually pretty good, pretty great as a character.
Defied and hunted.
They marveled at the power of destruction.
Most were extinguished.
I wonder if that Donald Glover movie's ever gonna get made.
They marveled at the power of destruction.
Most were extinguished.
Of destruction.
Most were extinguished. Extinguished.
Of reorganization.
Extinguished.
Of reorganization.
I'm Polish, but I'm in America for school. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Destruction.
Most were extinguished.
Of reorganization.
Here's a random question. How are like the Polish dubs of things that you like? Because I hear like a thing about like in Germany, they have like 5 male voice actors that appear in like every dub of everything. Do they? Is there a Polish dub controversy? Is that a thing?
The precursors did not defend themselves.
You know, like British English-speaking media translated into Polish.
The precursors did not defend themselves. They marveled at the power of destruction. Of reorganization. Organization.
A few fled beyond your reach.
Of reorganization.
A few fled beyond your reach. Beyond your reach.
It's been here.
Some adopted new.
All that time.
Only one? Literal. Why would they have it just be only one? What? How can it be just... That doesn't make any sense. That's just silly. Why would they do that?
Beyond your reach.
It's been here.
Some adopted new.
Beyond your reach.
It's been here.
Some adopted new strategies for survival. Strategies for survival.
All that time.
Strategies for survival.
All that time.
I can certainly understand.
All that time.
We grew.
Is the voice acting from the one voice actor at least good?
Strategies for survival.
All that time.
We grew from dust.
The dust and spores.
I have no clue. I watched Barbie a couple years ago, and it just being one for. You're shitting me. You're shitting me. One guy that no, that's absurd. They do not have one guy dub every voice, irrespective of Can you stream? What do you mean? Can I stream faster? What do you mean? What do you mean CW edits? Clone Wars edits? I don't understand the statement. You're ruining my train of thought. Do you mean earlier? Do you mean later? What do you mean? I could theoretically do it at different times. 9 p.m. just kind of worked for me. Yeah, I'm gonna flex on you. Remember me? I am friends with. I am Discord internet friends with CW Edit. I'm in a cool group chat with CW Edits. How do you like that? CW Edits, this is Remember Me. Remember Me is a cool guy. He just gave me my first super chat about an hour ago. And also, they're an editor, and they're Polish, and they just told me that Poland has a ridiculous dubbing practice where they have one 40-year-old guy dub all the characters in all the movies, and I almost don't believe him. But it sounds like shit that they would actually would do, because that's the world we live in.
Waiting.
What do you mean by faster, though? I don't understand.
Dust. The dust and spores.
Waiting.
From dust. The dust and spores.
Waiting.
Spores.
Waiting.
Spores become sure.
That's a flex that only works on me, but it's a good one. Well, if it works on you, you're the audience for it.
Spores. Waiting.
Spores become shores.
Maybe we should swap Remember Me for you with a... What? Yeah, but... Yeah, no, you don't. I contribute cool things to the group chat sometimes. I'm a funny guy. Don't you remember when no, I can't say that. I can't say it in this channel. I can't say that because that would reveal a thing. But it was fun. It was a fun thing. It was a fun bit that we had. Ooh, you can't remove me. You can't do this to me. Ah! I'm like Norman Osborn. You can't do this to me.
Spores. Waiting.
Spores become shores.
Time rendered this dust.
Shores.
Time rendered this dust defective.
Become shores.
Time rendered this dust.
Come shores.
Time rendered this dust defective.
Again. But you're paying me. You can't pay him. What? Huh? I'm so confused. You got money to spare. I don't understand. I don't understand anything.
Time rendered this dust defective.
We sprang forth.
Time rendered this dust defective.
We sprang forth. Vessels of eternal light.
It brought only disease and
Eternal light.
It brought only disease.
Thank you for the super chat though. That's very nice of you. I mean, I'm making a joke and you're making a point, but I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Vessels of eternal light.
It brought only disease.
Eternal light.
It brought only disease and misery.
Okay.
Ease and misery.
To meet you.
And misery.
To meet you.
But that was good. That was good.
In the dark.
But that was good.
In the dark. The dark.
We saw the misery and found it good. Found it good.
There was a judgment of my makers.
I got to say, I was exited to the first person in the world to make an Embo edit, and you took that from oh damn CW edit what you're taking everything from this man. How could you? That's so cruel of you. Damn. Yeah, anyway, yours was great. His was very good. Though there are countless people who beat us to it on TikTok. Those fucking TikTokers. Also, I think on TikTok, people probably made Embo edits prior to him being in the movie, but I just stay off there. Yeah, it's Chinese spyware, man. You can't be. Wait, you've done it. Wait, you've super chatted me 3 times, huh? 3 times. I what? I'm stun locked. They call this stun locking.
Found it good.
There was
You're so generous.
of my makers,
I better keep.
of my makers,
I better push on to the end of this section.
a judgment of my makers.
We saw the misery and found it good.
There was a judgment of my makers, a judgment, a judgment.
Good.
In the dark.
We saw the misery and found it good.
There was a judgment of my makers, was a judgment of my
Good.
In the dark.
We saw the
Okay. Great to see you. Great to see you too, man. You're very, you're very good company. Goodness, you got lots of small change. I mean, it's probably not a big deal to other people, but what? I've got a pop up on my computer. Yes. You're getting away this time, Rowan. What do you mean I'm getting away this time? What am I getting away with? What? I don't understand.
misery and found it good.
There was a judgment of my makers.
There's nothing you can give.
Of my makers.
There's nothing you can. There's nothing you can give it. There's nothing you can give it.
And they were found wanting.
The only thing the monster wants is for you to know. For you to know.
The flood.
For you to know.
The
For you to know.
the flood.
Is for you to know.
The flood.
When the flood is finished,
To know.
The flood.
when the flood is finished,
No.
The flood.
when the flood is finished,
An alien virus. Virus.
there will be nothing left of.
For you to know.
The flood.
When the flood is finished,
An alien virus.
there will be nothing left of.
Is for you to know.
The flood.
When the flood is finished,
An alien virus.
there will be nothing left of this place.
Drawing to the end now.
Virus.
There will be nothing left of this place.
Was their judgment.
An alien virus.
There will be nothing left of this place.
Was their judgment.
Well, have a good night and a good stream, bro. Head to bed. I'm going to bed too. It's midnight over here, man. But I'm almost done. Look, I'm about to put the final piece in.
Virus.
There will be nothing left of this place.
Was their judgment.
That there's nothing you can ever love that it can't take away.
No.
take away.
Right. Oh, there we go. Hello? Where's it?
When the blood is finished,
An alien virus.
there will be nothing left of this place.
That there's nothing you can ever love that it can't take away.
Left of this place.
That there's nothing you can ever love that it can't take away.
And that's everything. That's it. That's the whole slog. That's the whole soundscape. I mean, it's a bit rough around the edges. I need to adjust some bits, but yeah, I did it. I'm just gonna end it there. Yeah, I'm just gonna end it there. That's the agreeable place to put it. Whew. Yeah. Thanks for coming. Thanks for those super chats. And thanks for watching parts of the VOD if that's your thing. Ooh. Anyway, bye.